esto, güey. No mames. Ya me hartó este hijo de la chingada. No mames.
Adiós, Albedo. ¿Para qué sirve? Bueno, no hay ningún bot. ¿What? ¡Ay, cabrón! ¡No! Hola, hola chicos, chicas, bienvenidos a un nuevo stream del Genshin Impact. Del día de ayer que ya se estrenó la versión 2.5, hoy nos toca jugar la historia de personaje que está ligada a la historia principal del juego. La Imperatrix Umbrosa, que es la historia de Shogun Raiden, el Acto 2. Y luego, si tenemos tiempo, nos jugamos la de Yaemiko. Pero por el momento creo que no va a ser el plato fuerte del día, de la tarde. A ver, déjenme... Le subo el volumen a esta cosa porque lo tenía abajo para comenzar el streaming nada más. Ahora, tenemos todavía bloqueada la misión. Bestia. Era de no haber hecho las misiones diarias. Bueno, no importa, de igual manera eso se acumula luego. Misiones diarias. Misiones legendarias que digan. Y esto completa las misiones previas. Imperatrix, bueno, esto la tengo que desbloquear después de esta de aquí. Así que primero tenemos que desbloquear esta. Desbloqueado. Regresa a la interfaz de misiones. Ok. Y de una buena vez, creo que voy agarrando una llave, ¿no? Listo. Y esto que todavía no lo he completado. Perfecto. Luz purificadora. Sueños efímeros. Ok. Todo nos lleva a Catherine, ¿eh? Porque todas estas misiones nos lleva a Catherine. Y espero que tenga diálogos, porque si no voy a estar completamente decepcionado, ¿eh? Corto el stream si no hay diálogos o que no. Si hay diálogos. Lel.
Ad Astra Abyssosque.
¿Le cambiaron la voz a Catherine?
Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help?
Claro que sí, por eso estamos aquí. Depende de la carga de la carga.
Now let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission.
Huh?
Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already?
Simón. Ahora no lo recuerdo bien. Oye, esta serie, ¿eh?
For a long time, the sacred sakura has been absorbing filth from Inazuma's ley lines to maintain stability in the land. If it were ever damaged, the filth would once again invade Inazuma, causing great catastrophe. That's why this is a rather urgent case.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Hound's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them.
¿Tiene sentido?
Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation.
Haré que vayan con el rabo entre las patas.
You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Empieza muy suave esto, ¿no?
We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abasosk.
Sueños efímeros.
Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Keeping the sacred Sakura safe was Kazari's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it. Time to teach him a lesson.
Allá. Por detrás. Ok.
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Beg for mercy.
Gather!
Right here. Crush!
Como que refuerzos del enemigo. ¡A la bestia!
A sight to behold. Emerge. Right now. I'm going in. Emerge. Right here.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help! Come on, travelers, you can take them!
Solidified! Order guide you!
Tuve que... ¿Oh, what?
Torn to oblivion.
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
What?
Oh, it's you two.
¿Un rey?
Been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryu Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
¿Cómo es que salir del duelo interior?
We're making early preparations for what is to come.
Hmm.
Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself?
Oh.
Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
Al máximo el juego, what the fuck? Pero las comisiones y los aventureros ya están encargados. No creo que esto requiera la atención de un arconte.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
De aquel terrible
It
desastre.
brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma.
Oh.
Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the rift hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
Hace 500 años, Kaelia.
So you've heard of it too.
Mm.
That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you
Entiendo.
can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Vamos.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
¿Por dónde? Ah. ¿Y qué hago?
Emerge.
Oh. No hay que molestarlos. Hola. Momento. ¿No me ayuda esto? Interesante. Saludos, Sergio. ¿Qué tal?
The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
Buen punto.
Huh? What's this?
The heck. ¿Hay alguien? personas muertas no sería la primera que nos cruzamos con un fantasma por
It
el
wouldn't
camino.
be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey.
Me intriga que esté tan preocupada Lumen.
Here.
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Samurai.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
¿Qué sucedió?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness.
Son recuerdos del árbol hace 500 años.
Flying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left! The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back! Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Y hay algo que me llama la atención. Es que Venti, aunque no oculta su identidad, todo el mundo lo ignora. Como Barbatos. Rex Lapis, o sea, Zhongli, oculta su identidad. Y nadie lo reconoce. Y ahora viene Ei, que no oculta para nada su identidad y todo el mundo la conoce. Es curioso.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But... what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
¿Desvaneciéndose?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
A la pequeña Ming.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now.
Claro. Uno de los recuerdos de hace
disaster
500
that
años.
happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
Dijo que la sacerdotisa Kitsune no estaba y dijo que la Shogun no estaba. A ver.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma
Pero
and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people.
Stop. No, espera. Yo sé que no es Yae Miko la que está hablando, que la sacerdotisa Kitsune. Pero ¿cuál es el personaje que habla? Del personaje del que vimos su historia de la purificación del cerezo en la 2.0. Kanade, Kasade o algo así más o menos se llama. Kanade, no me acuerdo cómo se llama. O algún otro personaje que por ejemplo, de la que está del que está relacionado con el gato negro del templo del santuario, no es el santuario donde está el gato, pues. No me acuerdo cómo se llama. O la gata, o como le digo. Interesante.
I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Esa era la pérdida de la que hablaba ya Miko.
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss.
¡Alto! Ya entendí. Ya sé quién es. Y no es Val. No sé si se acuerdan de la cinemática. Una cinemática donde aparece la sacerdotisa Kitsune. Ya. Es ella.
All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
¿De que ya no estás estancada en el pasado?
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
Así es la humanidad.
As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Esto se puso muy, pero muy profundo, ¿eh? Deep lore. Dame un momento, voy a... audio. Diálogos.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Fíjate. Por allá.
As expected, there are a load of rift hounds here too!
Leave them to me.
Ok. ¿Es mi Shogun o qué? No. No es mi Shogun. C3.
Shine down! Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Ah, cabrón.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
Perfecto.
Something seems wrong with A.
¿Te encuentras bien?
Why would you ask that?
Usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
¿Era lo mismo que ocurrió antes? Oh, oh.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue.
Miembro de mi
The line,
séquito.
Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
Hecho un desastre.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already.
Él no lo sabía.
Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then?
¿Cómo es que está tan calmado?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life.
Ay, Dios.
But me, I have no such thoughts. And I have no regrets.
Ahí está.
The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
Idea mía, esta historia se va a poner muy profunda. De hecho, eso no suena para nada a Ei, ¿eh? Exacto, eso no encajaba para nada con el sueño de la troña.
As bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind.
Hay algo que le preocupa.
Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
Nosotros sabemos dónde encontrar un jugo.
Possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Chale.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
¿Ya? ¿Van a dejar de hablar? ¡Vámonos! A ver. Entonces...
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun.
Ah, sí es cierto.
How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
¿De verdad eras tú la que Furuyama solía servirte?
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts.
Entonces...
So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for
Ah,
was
ya.
the former Electro,
Claro.
who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings.
¿Sueños o más bien ambiciones?
They are similar.
Se parecen pero no son iguales.
When you came charging into the plain of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
¿Qué te pasa, Lumin? Tienes una expresión bien mierda.
In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
Va más en línea con la idea que los humanos tienen en este mundo.
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun.
Wow,
I found
la
a
música,
This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
la música entra en buen momento.
Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
¿Se ha desvanecido?
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Quizás...
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try
Intentaré
my
prepararlo por mi
maintenance
cuenta. Oh
pot of
no.
tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it.
Vuelven todos los recuerdos, ¿no?
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at
Wow.
the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light-hearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening,
Makoto ya había...
yes, it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura.
Gran cerezo había aparecido en la montaña Yogo. Ese árbol que ustedes conocen como el cerezo sagrado. ¿Apareció? El cerezo no siempre estaba ahí.
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Es decir, el poder de Makoto hizo que el árbol apareciera.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Parece que has pensado mucho en todo esto. Yo también entiendo el dolor que causa la separación.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
¿Has visto a mi hermano?
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Oh.
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma, and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
Han dejado una taza de té para Furuyama. ¿Cuánto percibió realmente y cuánto dejó escapar? Güey, ¿qué está pasando en esta misión, güey? En esta historia. El actor de doblaje de... Bueno, la actriz de doblaje de Shogun y Paimon se están rifando las líneas tristes, ¿eh? Le meten mucha emoción. Están haciendo muy bien su trabajo, güey. Oh, deja la cámara. Me está haciendo chiquito el corazón esto. ¿Tengo que subir o qué? Oh. Oh. Sí, que ya vi al enemigo.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Ah, pues.
Hey! Are you sure you're alright? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best.
¿Qué le pasa? Ok, otra vez yo solo.
There is no escape. Illusion shattered.
Ah, sí me pegaron. Ah,
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Remove all obstacles. Shine down.
ah, pues.
Illusion shattered.
Esto tiene maraña, ¿eh?
Perish.
Esto tiene maraña. Por eso es que no me dejan ir con otros personajes. Oh,
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
no te ves bien.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back.
Ah, yo ya terminé la misión. Te voy a spoilear el final, no mames.
Look, that's the same light again.
Mira, es la luz otra vez.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too!
¿Eh?
Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
Oh.
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Llenos de esperanza. Una resistencia increíble. Llenos de esperanza.
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the almighty Shogun!
Everybody stand! Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Emerge.
I will have order.
Let's light it up! The odds are against us. Crush! Adventure time!
Espera, ya se va a morir ese culero.
Off we go!
Ah, te acordé. Rey de muere y Inazuma destruida, venga la ver.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
No deberíamos interferir con su realidad.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Hey,
Don't
¿qué
worry,
está pasando?
Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
Uy,
It was both.
para ambos.
The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh?
Y...
Wrong, eh? Come on, keep up.
¿Eh?
What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
¿Vuelta Inazuma?
No need. She is calling me. The time has come.
Bien.
Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Me está sorprendiendo un poquito la música, ¿eh? Justamente cuando en versiones en versiones pasadas, y digo en la versión pasada para más específico, no. Me comentaban muchas personas aquí en stream, para ser específicos, una de las personas que notó esto, Vodcat, me decía que la música no era lo suficientemente dinámica. Y ahorita la música se está comportando muy bien con la situación de la escena y todo esto. Espera, what? A la cueva me dijo, ¿no? A ver, espera. Estoy confundido. ¿No es abajo? Detrás.
Let's dance.
Yo tengo mis razones por llevar a Bárbara, ¿eh? Quita. ¿Qué hay aquí?
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Tory gate come from?
¿Te encuentras bien?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm happy. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands.
¡Wow!
Entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness.
Pues sí, pues la devolvió, la trajo nuevamente Inazuma, pero ¿eso qué le costó a Ei? Quisiera más detalles, porque estoy inseguro de lo que estoy pensando ahorita.
It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
¡Oh! Claro, o sea, es como el caso de Venti, ¿no? Supongo.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? I'm dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place...
Parece el plano de la Ultimie.
Look! Look over there! It's another A!
Oh.
Meet again, traveler.
No era la marioneta entonces.
This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you?
A ver, ¿sí es la marioneta?
But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes.
¡De su marioneta!
But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
un sistema de defensa para proteger la eternidad.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this. It's a bit extreme.
¿Sí es su marioneta? No, llego sin...
Showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day.
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed.
Oh.
I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something?
Y no es alguien que escape a sus problemas.
But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome.
Interesante.
You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A.
Oh.
In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as
Disculpa.
brightly as it once did. There is no escape! Absurd!
Ah, ya vi qué es lo que regenera.
The eye sweeps the land.
Ataca sin parar al ojo de la... Oh, no.
Inferior. Strike dead. Shine down.
Lo leí muy tarde.
Remove all obstacles. Now you shall... The sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch black rain. As long
¿Y ahora?
as the ley lines glow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Thunder. Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Oh, shit.
I shall not fall here. Illusions are but distractions.
¡Hala! A los espíritus.
Illusion shattered. This world, a fleeting shadow. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time.
Au. Me succionó la porquería.
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish, strike dead. Absurd. The eye sweeps the lands. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
Evita el daño.
Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
Está regenerando vida, qué trampa. Por eso te decíamos que aprendieras a esquivar. Pero si las esquivé la gran mayoría. Y eso que se me acabó ¿cómo se llama? La estamina. Más que todo por eso es que me estaban dando. ¿Ya la venciste?
¡La arruinarás!
Oh.
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled.
No se han oxidado.
But how long can your will remain strong?
¿Qué? ¿Seguro que la marioneta de la Shogun es invencible?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
No, mami.
I mean, this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight,
Mientras tanto, ¿qué pasa?
will defeat her.
Mientras tanto, ¿qué pasará con Inazuma?
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them.
¿Puedes dejar que la humanidad continúe sola? ¿O buscan la esperanza en la Shogun? No es lo mismo.
I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
Oh.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Hey. Ya ahí está, ya
Got kicked out.
Parece que nos echaron.
What do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever? She was making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still...
Ella no tiene un cuerpo, ahora depende de la Shogun. Pero esta no puede ser la única manera.
Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again.
No hemos terminado nuestro trabajo.
Yeah, we should help her out, like cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay, maybe if we both ram into it at the same time really, really hard.
¿Qué? Que tenemos que hablar con Yami.
Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm playing thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. Alright, up the mountain we go.
Le dice, adiós para siempre, te encargo el changarro, está vivito. Chale, o sea que no hay rerun de Shogun en la siguiente parte. Se fue. Oye.
What? Another bad one?
Hi.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
Oh no.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
¿Qué?
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's she.
¿Te cuentas a Yami con lo que ha pasado?
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why
¿De qué te
start thinking about
preocupas?
it now?
Se lanzó a ellos sin pensarlo.
Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Me está confundiendo. Ay, güey, el cambio de...
Playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do.
Eso es cierto.
All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What is it like?
No me fijé.
Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
La neta, güey. Pinche Yamiko.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be.
Eres una kitsune. Le iba a decir eres una zorra, pero no quedaba bien.
To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts.
Ajá.
In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there.
A la bestia. Sí, bueno. O sea, sí, pero no, pero tal vez, pero quizá, pero sí. Ay, Dios mío, Paimon.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, Paimon, thank you then. You two can go in.
Ni los sueños. Paimon, no irás a abandonarme, ¿verdad?
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
XD. XD.
Both of you! Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say.
La música, güey.
Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands.
Te confío en mi
For my
diosa.
sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Nico, you better know what you're doing.
Ay, Dios. Paimon es la comedia. Le faltan las sillas. No le fallaremos.
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Y hemos vuelto.
How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And
¡Años!
how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
¡Años!
This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel, the conclusion to that which began 500 years ago.
¿Estamos locos?
Final duel? So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler.
¿A ponerle fin a todo esto?
I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long
Otra vez.
enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consume,
¡Ay!
great enough to vaporize the oceans and
No, pero ¿por qué estoy solo yo?
And the will they demand.
Ah, chinga, yo no he tirado la definitiva.
And crush dreams. You have endured.
Au.
I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity. Shine down. In spirit.
Oh shit.
Perish.
Sí, medio.
Transcend all constraints. In the will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed. Eternity is in my hand. Illusion shattered.
Ah, que la...
This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow.
Exacto.
The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It
Ay,
was
hija de
simply a
puta.
new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Me entenderé que está brillando.
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto?
¿Qué?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
Qué bonito. En el plano de la última y le cuentan todo allá a Miko.
Sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past.
¿La Ei del presente? ¿Inazuma del pasado? Espera. Así que la Ei del presente plantó el cerezo sagrado en el plano de la conciencia y este echó raíces en la Inazuma del pasado. ¿Cómo?
No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
No, pensé que me ibas a decir algo más útil. A ver, el actual cerezo fue plantado por la Ei del presente hace 500 años. O sea, en la Inazuma de hace 500 años, el plano de la Eutimia. El plano de la Eutimia era hace 500 años. Es confuso.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
Oh, ya. Cuando te acercas a la eternidad, el tiempo se vuelve confuso. Bueno, en ese lugar ocurrían cosas increíbles. Eso quiere decir que su conciencia, su plano de la Eutimia, el plano de la Eutimia de Makoto, se ubica 500 años atrás. Y cuando plantó el cerezo en ese árbol, en ese plano de la Eutimia, es como si hubiese germinado en ese tiempo, hace 500 años. Por eso es que Ei nunca sabía nada, porque ella no tenía ningún conocimiento hasta en el momento de ahora, hasta donde se volvieron a conectar las líneas. Porque ella misma acaba de plantar el árbol que en el plano de la Eutimia plantó hace 500 años para que floreciera ese árbol. Es raro, es raro. No mames, una sociedad en la pantalla hace que Ei tenga bigote. Digo, bueno, la relatividad, ya ves. ¿Te salió la Yae? Sí, pero después de una Ketchen. Hijo, es un juego, no le busques sentido. Este juego realmente tiene muchos detalles que me interesarían saber. En descripciones de ítems, descripciones de armas, descripciones de materiales de ascensión. Tiene muchos detalles en cosas que vemos a diario pero que no les prestamos atención. Por eso es que últimamente me estoy centrando en entender qué rayos. El tiempo avanzaba y retrocedía al mismo tiempo. De hecho, porque incluso creo que pasaron otros 500 años cuando volvimos al plano de la Eutimia, a ese mismo plano de la Eutimia. Y eso que pasaron unos segundos, XD.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing.
Turbulencia.
Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps Makoto got a higher power involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all.
Astaroth.
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it
Pero
has
para
always
mí
been
siempre ha
there.
estado ahí.
You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
Es porque ahora está grande,
The
Paimon.
sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I
Oh.
have to prune it.
Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking.
Le di
It has
espacio
been
por
through a
accidente.
lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today.
Oye, deja de hacer plot twist. Si tiene ese aspecto ahora es gracias a los esfuerzos y al cuidado de los
And
kitsune.
obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the
Es lo que
inside,
estoy
did it
diciendo.
not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Tus deseos a ti misma es importante.
At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was
Alto.
not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto.
Sí, de hecho sí fue por Makoto.
Everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
De hecho, si no, a ver, no diría esto de que fuera por Makoto porque ¿cómo Makoto sabía que habían testigos? ¿Cómo es que inmediatamente no preguntó, sino que dijo gracias a los testigos? Y yo de... ¿Oh? O sea, el plano de la eutimia de Makoto fue la que las redireccionó a ese tiempo en específico, al momento en donde más Lumin y Paimon tenían posibilidades de salir victoriosas.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your
XD.
emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
No
I heard her
realmente.
voice.
Ajá.
I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yo solo planté la semilla. Tanto tu determinación como la suya fueron indispensables.
It was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing.
Puede que este último paso haya sido fácil, pero requirió el esfuerzo de todos. Ajá, es lo mismo. La cosa y el efecto se invirtieron, pero tu papel fue importante. A pesar de todo, jugaste un importante papel en todo esto.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Ya comenzaron.
Makoto said the exact same thing.
Ya, Paimon.
Great minds think alike.
Ya.
I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days?
Smooks. A la verga.
Actually, no. Forget that.
¿Qué?
Far
Ya
more
ves.
trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done.
No hay pedo, yo tengo que Genshin 3 sin miedo al éxito también. Es que... Luego hablamos de eso. Dejemos que termine esto.
The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Ah,
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
pero de los desafíos también nacen nuevas
I'm
oportunidades.
looking forward to it.
Nombre nada. A ver. Flor de cerezo. Esto es lo mismo que esto, básicamente. Una flor de cerezo que tomaste antes de salir de la conciencia de Raiden Makoto. La existencia de esta flor es un misterio, aunque es idéntica a las flores de cerezo comunes y corrientes. Igual que cualquier objeto normal, puedes guardarla en tu inventario. No podrás tocarla otra vez sin ni sentir su peso y calidez. Cuando un objeto carece de las características a las que los humanos estamos acostumbrados, ¿cómo puede uno demostrar su existencia? Al rememorar las muchas imágenes que viste antes de conseguir esta flor, un pensamiento te invade la mente. El poder que permite que esta flor de cerezo permanezca en el mundo procede de la voluntad de una persona. Ahora bien, ¿quién es esa persona? ¿Hace las cosas consciente o inconscientemente? Es algo imposible de saber con certeza. Por otro lado, ¿esa voluntad se debe a la nostalgia, a la confianza o a la gratitud? Tampoco hay manera de responder a eso. Tal vez esa flor de cerezo desaparezca cuando la voluntad de esa persona cambie, pero aún así no te cuesta nada comprobar de vez en cuando que la flor siga ahí. Interesante. Ay, cabrón. ¿Puedo preguntar cosas?
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Desafíos breves para Inazuma.
Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses. These are the issues that I must work to solve.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be able to sell entrance tickets to the Grand Narukami Shrine in the future.
Honestly, Miko, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Déjame terminar de leer esto porque... de buenas que no roleaste por Ganio, porque al parecer el arco de Amos ya no es el mejor arco para ella. Y les digo la verdad, en la 2.6 puede que se ven que venga un personaje con un arco mejor. Solamente predigo eso. Puede ser. Ahora, aún así el arco de Amos es bastante top. Sobre la mirada de los dioses.
Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because that was her duty. But now, I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty, but a joy too.
If the people of the past deserve the god's attention, then so do the people of the future.
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and dreams. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
¿Cómo fue el duelo que duró siglos?
Bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight.
LOL.
Faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life. Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not have been up to the challenge. I would most certainly have been defeated. And through it all, you also had your part to play. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Bueno, ya que juegan con el tiempo como si se tratase de un juego de pelota, ¿dónde está el hermano? Pues. O bueno, la hermana canónicamente hablando. Pues. Si ya la propia Ei no te puede decir absolutamente nada, porque no participó, entonces muy poco te podría decir Makoto, porque Makoto estaba muerta. No. Acabo de empezar la historia de Inazuma porque la Shogun Raiden... ¿Qué? Inazuma, supongo que coma. ¿Por qué la Shogun Raiden no los ha encarcelado ya? No sé. La música de fondo suena un poquito Touhou. Una parte suena la pantalla de título de los Touhou. Supongo que es la parte de los sintetizadores. Luego cuando salga les digo cuál. Pero es que igual, ¿saben? Proyecto proyecto oriental, ¿sabes? De alguna manera tienen que sonar igual o similar. ¿Qué hay de los daños causados al cerezo sagrado?
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be sure to remind the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions of their duties in this regard. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about. I'm concerned about what else might escape from the sacred sakura.
De hecho.
That's a tough one, all right. There's plenty more besides memories held in the ley lines.
Since you clearly understand, perhaps you could think about making an effort too. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Ya Miko dijo que me confiaba a su dio. A su dio.
Yai Miko said nothing of the sort. And the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she
Ah, soy pobrecito.
Some words are not to be passed on.
Está bueno.
Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret. Understood?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Oh no.
Nothing. Ooh, I suddenly want some fried tofu.
Many challenges still lie ahead for...
Tengo más preguntas. A la bestia.
Let's...
Protection of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Mira. Perfecto. Ahora esperaré a una animación chida y ya. Dice... Yaemiko es Shogun Raiden Rule 34 Buscar. 2 semanas. No me gusta. No me gusta. Para empezar. Así una.
To strike your foe takes unity between mind, arrow, and bow.
Uf, no, ya tuve suficientes homosexuales con aquella teoría de que Songli era gay. ¿Qué demonios? Ah, es verdad, ella existe. ¿Qué? ¿Y hablan de la Sara? Pues sí, existe. Es un soporte medio raro, pero es un soporte. No me gusta, güey. mal posicionada. No importa, ya que se muera ahí.
The duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch
listo.
over the mountains and forests.
Sí,
Although
Sara,
the
existe.
Shinjo clan is to
Solamente
guard
eso,
Inazuma.
existe.
These two are of the same ilk.
No lo he llegado a usar porque eso de soporte Electro no me termina de... O bueno, su manera de soporte Electro no me termina de gustar. Esa es la foto, güey. Te pongo. Sí, listo. Quedó. Vámonos. Hey, yo pensé que íbamos a luchar mejor con... A ver. Pero bueno, eso puede que sea por historia. A ver. De hecho, sí me agradó. ¿Dónde está? Me dijeron que tenía un... Ahí está. Teleporter. Jeje, pupa. Vámonos. Ay, cabrón. Vamos yo solo.
Some in-the-field research?
Veamos. Hola. ¡Ay!
Come into being.
I'll protect us.
Shudder!
Oh, espera, ¿no le bajo vida?
Illusions of destruction!
Burst forth.
Crush!
¡Se fue!
Beg for mercy! Shudder!
Ah, bueno.
Crush!
Solidify!
Let the show begin.
Shudder! I condemn you! Freeze to the core!
Se fue. Se volvió a ir.
All returns to silence. More speed.
84.000 sin hacer nada. ¡A la verga!
This spark is eternal.
Oh.
Dance.
Beg for mercy. Shudder! Purge all obstacles! Witness the final calamity!
Espérate, esto lo tengo que probar, güey. Es insta, güey. Es insta. Es verdad. Song es el personaje más fuerte que tengo, güey. Y es insta.
Come into being.
Crush! Eternity is in my hands!
Ah, sí, es cierto que lo acabo de revivir, ¿no?
Beg for mercy.
I'll protect us.
Perish!
Come into being.
Solidify!
Crush!
Oye, la música dinámica me gusta, ¿eh?
Beg for mercy. Flood of frost! Eye for an eye! Euthymia crumbles before me.
Mames. ¿Qué dice? Ah, chinga, otro juego semanal. Simón. Ahora va a ser pero si ya me pasé la historia de Inazuma y no me aparece. La historia de Ei, la que acabo de hacer. What? La que acabo de hacer, la de la Shogun Raiden, la de Imperatrix Umbrosa. Esa es la que desbloquea el ¿cómo se llama? El boss semanal. Y es lo que acabamos de hacer. Me voy a tener que pasar la primera misión de la Shogun, sí. Luego la de Kokomi, después la de Oni, aquel, y luego la de Shogun otra vez como para esperar con Honkai Impact. Lol. No, madre, que se vaya muy a la chingada. Pues la puedes pasar cuando te dé la regalada gana, o sea, cuando neta no tengas así mucho que hacer, pues te la pasas y ya. Te las vas pasando de poco en poco. Yo me las paso así en una sola sentada porque, a ver, igual tengo el juego al día, básicamente, y como soy distribuidor de contenido o creador de contenido, no distribuidor. A la verga, el dealer, güey. El día lunes creo que vamos a con esta misión. Probablemente. No creo que el viernes hagamos algo chido. Y creo que esta misión es la que desbloquea la... esta madre acá en Canomilla. Que todo se vuelve a cero. O no sé cómo era. En fin. Dame. ¡Ta madre! Solamente 2. Deme un momento, estoy pensando qué hacer. 4. Ya, Pobre vodka. ¿En serio no te has hecho esas misiones? No me acuerdo qué era lo que daban en la de Kokomi. Es que bueno, la de Kokomi está muy ZZZ, güey. ¿Me puedes saber? Ah, no, pendejo, está acá. No, acá. No, aquí. Ah, decídete. Este. O este. O este. Ocupaba este, ¿verdad? Yo le voy a dar. ¿Qué demonios? Yo le voy a dar. ¿Qué demonios? Unos. Aquí. Dice... Yo apenas me estoy poniendo al día pescando los peces aquellos para sacarle la lanza a la Shogun, los peces eléctricos. A la bestia. En una semana los consigues. Son reseteos cada mitad de semana, o sea... de lunes a miércoles puedes conseguirlos, de jueves a domingo puedes conseguirlos, o sea, se actualizan nuevamente.
All right, amuse me.
Y los otros peces, pues no sé.
I won't hold you back.
Luego hay una la página misma de esta de las guías de mi joyo, de mi joyo, de Oyolab, que diga. Ahí tienen marcados los peces. En Oyolab lanzaron esa madre. Una página así. No me acuerdo qué iba a hacer. Ah, a probar el nuevo daño. ¿Dónde está? What? Me harté con esa puta misión de mierda y solamente me la terminé por mero orgullo porque no quería dejarla a medias. ¿Cuál? ¿La de los pescados? ¿Pero no era una misión? ¿O sí?
Let's light it up. Right? Is that all?
Ay, cabrón.
Right here.
Pégale.
Shudder.
Can't run from death.
Y encima le tengo que sacar la pasaje a demonios de 5, ¿qué? La de los pecados, no sé, pero me da... Me hartaba, te hartaba. A mí me daba pereza. Más que hartarme, a mí me daba pereza.
Solidify.
Crush.
Ay, cabrón.
Look at me. Just.
Era una misión para mí tener la pinche lanza. Entiendo. Yo en el evento anterior de los Tanuki me tuve que pasar la pinche misión de purificar los cerezos para poder entrar al evento. Cerezo. Ah, ya, la de la 2.0, lul. Claro, porque ahí es donde te sale esa, te salen esos Tanukis.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is emerge. Right now. I'm always watching.
49.000, qué absurdo, güey.
Right here. Right now. Beg for mercy.
Solidify.
Right here.
Roasted fry. Feels clogged.
Recarga.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Ay, qué pendejo, lo lancé mal.
Right now.
Adiós. Perfecto. Ay. Estas vainas son como como el pájaro de Fisher, güey. Ven una fogata y les dispara. ¡Ay! ¡Ay!
Everybody stand. Right here. Emerge. Right here. Nothing lasts forever. Right now. Emerge.
54.000. Es que lo que me sorprende no es el 54.000, sino que empieza con 40 y algo mil y termina con 3 de 54.000. El total de la definitiva es casi 200. 200k. Pongámosle 1800. Puta grande. Recién veo esa porquería, estaba chilling, güey.
Stabilize.
Let's light it up.
Estaba chilling yo haciendo mis experimentos.
Right now.
Me gusta que sea soporte de Eula, ¿eh? Me gusta que sea soporte. Este para acá.
Solidify.
Crush. Shudder.
Ay.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is
Right here. Emerge. Right now. I'm always watching.
57,000. Lo que es peor, amiguitos, no la tengo bien buildeada. Acabo de acordarme de eso. Me falta aquí una pieza de Furia del Trueno. Ok. Me falta una pieza de Electro. O tal vez me podría servir momentáneamente uno de ataque. Tal vez me podría servir momentáneamente uno de ataque. Luego hago el experimento. Bueno, no, olvídenlo. No es que no la tenga bien buildeada. Me falta una pieza nada más. Porque buildeada es de mis mejores personajes buildeados. A ver, es para atrás. Esto. Y bueno, esto que me falta. Ahora sí, vámonos a... Es una pena que no funcione con este jefe. Está fuertecilla, ojalá cumpliera con mis expectativas para poder rolear por ella. A ver, opinión sincera, ¿roleaste por ella porque es meta o porque es waifu? Es waifu, o sea, solamente por esa la tiré. Porque si la pones con Raiden no sirve de mucho. Raiden no sale de su equipo fijo. Para mí, si vamos a meternos en meta, no sale Raiden de aquí. Si ponemos a un Electro con Aula, está bien. Pero, como te digo, si ya tengo a Raiden en otro equipo, entonces viene bien ya Emiko. O tal vez podría venir bien también Fischl. Aunque, como les dije ayer a un compañero, o tal vez a ustedes mismos, ya Emiko se me hace una Fischl pero de 5 estrellas. La diferencia es que Fischl se cura sola con la C6, con la C4 que diga. Ella se cura sola. En cambio ya Emiko no. Pero eso, yo a Yamiko le tiré a su banner porque me encanta el personaje ya. ¿Qué dice? Me gustan las sogas. Este men. No, se me hace interesante incluso la temática de Miko, ¿sabes? Además de que es... hay algo que ustedes no han visto. Creo. Vámonos a salirnos de aquí. ¿Dónde? Acá. Esa animación, güey. Esa animación es muy bonita, güey. A ver. Ah, es por acá. A ver. Vamos a ver. ¿A qué gente ayudamos? Pero aquí no debería llevarme a Yamiko. Aquí debería llamar más a... ¡Ay! What the hell? ¿Qué está pasando? ¡Auxilio! ¡Tontoy! A ver.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
¿Qué dice? A mí no me gusta el NDL, así que por eso no ruego por ella. Compara sus pechos con los del Rosario, a lo mejor hasta tiene más. Probablemente tenga más. Ay, cabrón.
Beg for mercy.
Allow me!
Strike dead. Good grief. Shut up. Weak. Weak.
Solidify.
Will be mine. More speed. Inferior. Pathetic. Rack and ruin.
Solidify.
Inferior.
Order
Beg
guide.
for mercy. Weak. Pathetic. Shut up.
Oh shit.
Is eternal.
Go fish him down!
Purge all obstacles. Crush. Shut up.
Stabilize. Order guide.
Witness the final calamity.
Hold the line!
Stabilize.
Beg for mercy.
I will have order.
Shudder.
Gather.
Beg for mercy. Eternal.
Order
In my
guide.
hand.
Billowing surge!
Stabilize.
Let him rot.
This is order.
Beg for mercy.
I will have order.
Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
Interesante. Tiene cara de personalidad de ti, ¿qué? Me recuerda a Jan Fei. Ah. Por aquí. Menudo de Fer le pegaron al Rosaria, pero ningún está igual que la bestia. Pues sí, supongo. A lo mejor por aquello de que es una monja por más restrictiva. Sí, yo digo más que todo ha de ser por eso. Que a ver, yo después de tantos juegos japoneses estoy acostumbrado a que sí, yo también. Pero como Genshin se volvió más mainstream, deben ser más políticamente... sí, opino lo mismo. Hablando de eso, se enteraron de la polémica de la VTuber Idol que se descubrió que tenía... Creo que llegué a escuchar algo al respecto, pero como realmente no es como que me interese. Tiene rato. Ya ni me acuerdo, pero sí llegué a escuchar de eso. Y hay gente como de... No, tú sí me lo contaste, güey. El mismo vodka lo contó. Y sí, ella tiene un buen. Pero como Vlad no hacía stream, no podía contarlo. ¿Cómo que no hago stream? ¿Cómo que no hago stream? Otra vez me shadowbanearon. Otra vez Naiden. ¿Dónde está? Reseteo del abismo. A ver, vamos a dejar el abismo en paz por un momento. Vamos a dejar el abismo en paz por un momento. Supongo que eso lo haré el día viernes, el abismo. A ver, viernes... ¿Qué estamos hoy día? Miércoles. Y yo pensando que te habías cansado de hacer streams. No... ¿No? Había desactivado la campanita. Ah, pues. Ahí está, pues el problema. Está chao baneado entonces. Ah, probablemente. Aunque la otra vez, ¿qué fue? No me acuerdo qué stream fue. Que sí... Creo que fue el del jugo de naranja. Que sí entró un poquito más de gente porque el jugo de naranja no es como que sea tan... grosero, no sé. Quisiera llegar hasta allá, pero... ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo le hago? A ver.
Let's investigate this further. Live!
Güey. Chale, me llevé 2. ¿Qué dice? Qué bonita la polka. Y yo pensaba que... ¿Qué? Hablando de VTuber, qué bonita la polka. ¿Qué tiene que ver? Nada, pero es linda. Se enteraron de aquellos japoneses comunistas que se pusieron a spamear hashtag de We Love Russia y Yusa se puso nervioso por lo mismo. De hecho, a raíz de los hashtags en Twitter y plataformas similares, en Twitter pues, se pusieron a... Bueno, no sé si está ahí ahorita implementado. Voy a ir a correr en chinga a ver. Pero tienen planeado, si es que todavía no, si es que ya no, si es que no está actualmente, tienen planeado poner el botón de dislike, así como el corazoncito, pero el de que sería me gusta, un botón de dislike, que sería un corazoncito roto tal vez. Todo a raíz de esos hashtags ofensivos. Dios mío. A ver, no tengo para... ¿Cuánto tengo? Ah, pues tengo 24. Yeah, tengo 24. Voy a farmear una copita. La copita. Es que pasó que los japoneses querían hacer el global del hashtag de amamos a Rusia, pero como no saben inglés, pasaron sus kanjis en Google Traductor y lo tradujo como amamos a Rusia, el país. Ya. Wow, Wow. Se imagina, man. Tremenda confusión. Y el gobierno de Japón en plan, ¿qué está pasando? No. Pinches japoneses lo que hacen la intro por un... Ya lo creo. Me dice bajar un comentario que no aporta nada al tema. Espera, es otro, ¿ok? ¿No hay un conflicto entre Rusia y Ucrania? Sí. Sí, exactamente no sé si es invasión de Ucrania o invasión de Rusia, lo que están queriendo hacer. O no sé qué rayos esté pasando entre esas naciones. Pero está medio raro el asunto.
Let's light it up! Over here! Let's light it up! Teamwork is strictly! Rain cutter! Rain outlines your fate.
Ah, bueno.
Let me amuse myself. Let's light it up! Get them! Just once more.
Tanto relajo, no sé qué acaba de pasar. Diría, ¿quién lo haría? Pero estamos hablando de una mujer. Qué buen timing. En Hong Kong hace unos meses sacaron un autobús temático del Rusia, de la VTuber, y hace pocos días vandalizaron el camión, le hicieron rayones. Pues... vaya. ¿Probabilidad de crítico? Nada. No. Continuemos. La búsqueda por la copa perfecta. Yo al Chile digo que se lo merecía. ¿Por qué? ¿Por lo de... por lo del novio?
Let's light it up! I'm going in! No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate. Inazuma shines eternal! Teamwork is dreamwork!
At the right hand, into the fire!
Witness the power of Gurwa! Know my sword!
Let me amuse myself.
Now you shall perish! Erase all threats!
The merrier.
I'm going in!
Ah, cabrón.
Assassins shine no longer.
¿Tú por qué? Deja, voy al PC y les escribo mi ensayo sobre el tema. Pues... Oye, sí, cierto, tu podcast... Ahí creo que todavía sigue válida la solicitud, la invitación a Bollitos. Si quieres hablar de lo de las VTubers, ahí tenemos un canal de VTubers, espera, ¿qué? A ver, dame un momento que están etiquetando mi Johnny. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Yo ni en cuenta. Bueno, me voy a quedar conectado. Recién me doy cuenta, lo voy a decir. Quedar conectado solamente para ver si es que todavía necesita ayuda o qué. Como te iba diciendo, ahí si gustas entrar, pues chido. Continuar con el desafío.
Adventure time! Yeah! Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
Eat this!
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Inazuma shines eternal!
There you are, eavesdropper. The more, the merrier. I'm going in!
Nice and spicy!
Over here!
Witness
the power of good wise, huh?
Torn to oblivion!
The merrier.
Dice, sí la vi, pero se está más chill aquí hablando por stream. Ah, ok, no te preocupes. Títase. No hay pedo. Si gusta, si le gustaba entrar, pues chido. Ahí está también el Sergio para que le explique sobre eso. O igual si quieres estar ahí participando en servidores que hacemos ahí luego en bollitos, como el de Minecraft o el de Roboblast, que últimamente lo estamos abriendo. Si es que deseas, pues ahí estaba el server, pero bueno. Dice, el caso es que Rusha, gran parte de su público la seguía porque ella estaba centrada en algo que se llama Girlfriend's Experience. O sea que hacía que sus experiencias se sintieran como si fuera su pareja o alguien, sí, muy cercano. Tanto así que hasta le podías comprar un anillo a base de donaciones. Y más de una vez negó tener pareja para que no se le cayera todo ese teatro de la Girlfriend Experience. Porque si decía que tenía novio, pues no le iba a llegar varo. De hecho, imagínate a esos que les gusta el NTR pensando que su esposa lo estaba engañando. Tremenda paz que se hubieran hecho. Estoy seguro que fue la mejor de su vida, la bestia. No, ma. Otro de ataque, güey. No sé si me renta ataque o daño electro. Creo que el daño electro porque es lo único que tendría el personaje, ¿no?
Teamwork is true! You're toast! Ring cutter!
Ah, pendejo.
Shine down!
Here we go! With me. Everybody stand back! Blink! Blink!
Ah, que me estoy confundiendo de teclas, güey.
Power of good wise.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Perdí todos los combos.
Look at me. Over here. Let me use myself a little. You really know how to get me going.
No. No vas a hacer eso.
No, my sword. Shine no longer.
Dice, básicamente ocultó la verdad porque sabía que si se daba luz no iba a ganar tanto dinero. Es que ella es la segunda VTuber que ha recibido la mayor cantidad de dinero a nivel mundial. Hazte una idea de la cantidad de dinero que es eso. Ya sé. Se supone que su novio es Mafu Mafu, si tiene un hijo estará ahogado en plata el desgraciado, la bestia. ¡Ta madre! Es que no le quiero poner ataque porque es sería perder daño. Last one.
Off we go. Nice and spicy. Everybody stand. That really hurt. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Eat this.
What?
There you are. Here to play with me. The more, the merrier.
Oh shit.
You're toast. My ring cutter. No, my sword. Torn to oblivion. Over here. Blink. Let me amuse myself a little. Oh, now you've got me worked up. Look at me. Just
Acá.
once.
Dice, y pues es muy hipócrita todo este asunto porque quiere tener ambas cosas, tener un novio y chingo de varo de sus sims que piensan que está soltera. Se lo dejaría pasar si fuera una VTuber normal cuyo contenido se basara en subir videojuegos o algo así, pero es que su foco es hacerte sentir como su pareja. Es por eso que me parece tan mal. Sí. Güey, este set es el que más cosas mierda me ha dado, güey. Ya ni siquiera el de sombra verde, ya ni siquiera el de doncella amada. Este set, literal. Desde que tengo a Fischl he tratado de ponerle este set a Fischl. ¿Y ustedes creen que me sale algo bueno? No me sale nada bueno. Y lo único que me ha salido de cosa buena con Fischl es esa flor que ven aquí. De hecho es la única cosa que tiene ya en Mico aquí. Porque esta es la flor de Fischl. Y salió medianamente buena porque me subió dos stacks de vida. Neta, ese Furia del Trueno... No más no, güey. ¿Cuánto es lo máximo que puede llegar una copa? En ataque. 46%. Y algún reloj que le pueda poner de Furia del Trueno tampoco, ¿verdad? Es que digo, este set es... Para mi cuenta está cursed. A Fischl la tuve que poner con algo de vida. Digo, con una corona de vida. Porque nada de esto me da probabilidad crítica o daño crítico. Y ni siquiera uno de ataque. Por decir, el único de ataque es este de aquí. Y es malísimo as fuck. Qué vaina. A ver, ¿cómo sea? La historia la historia de Shogun Raiden ya terminó, amiguitos. Por lo que yo digo que hasta aquí nomás le vamos a dejar con el directo en tutube, al menos que es lo que es historia. Voy a cambiar esto de ahora, por acá. Y vamos a quitar esto. A ver. Para que no haga cosas raras el juego. ¿Qué dicen? La culpa la tienen ambas partes, tanto los pendejos que le sueltan varo pensando que por el simple hecho de darle dinero a ella les debe algo, y culpa de ella por mentir a tanta gente diciendo que está soltera y solo para que le sigan pagando los condones para las noches con su pareja, Simbo. Y como cerecita sobre el pastel, sus fans que intentan ayudarla no hacen más que empeorar la situación. Ya. De hecho, me imagino al bot escribiendo y redactando su discurso de odio. Es que un teléfono es bastante difícil, ¿eh? Por eso se me voy hasta el teclado de la computadora. No, man. A ver. Esto solamente será para el stream de YouTube. Espero que lo pueda cortar en un momento. ¿Dónde está mi plataforma de stream preferida llamada Restream? No, aquí está. En la noche esperando sacar sus argumentos en algún stream a la vez. ¿Se imaginan? Pero bueno. Pero bueno, venga. Para los que están en YouTube, los que seguían viendo la historia, ¿cuánto demoramos? ¿Cuánto llevamos en directo? 2 horas y 52 minutos, casi 3 horas. Y digamos 2 horas y media porque me metí a hacer otras cosillas y me distraje un poquito. Digamos 2 horas y media, lo normal que dura una historia. Cuando la lees, cuando escuchas los diálogos, cuando entiendes un poquito la historia, cuando tratas de descifrar entre líneas lo que dicen. Eso es lo que te demoras normalmente. 2 horas, 2 horas y media. Estaba chido. Pero bueno, en YouTube espero que les haya gustado el stream. De ahí nos estaremos viendo para la siguiente ocasión con Yae Miko. En vivo será como el día viernes posiblemente o el día lunes con seguridad. Y bueno, los que lo ven en diferido, pues ya lo ven al toque, ¿no? Pero eso. Ahí nos vemos en YouTube. Continuamos acá en Twitch hasta que el cuerpo aguante. Y hasta que nos cansemos de hablar de VTubers, supongo.